Hello, this is Michael from Blue Gem Tarot. Today's episode, pick a card reading, is gonna be called People's Plans on You. It has some subdivisions. You will find them in each of your piles. I hope they're gonna match. Or it really depends because sometimes some readings or some piles require some sort of personal change in the style in which I read. It can happen, so I cannot guarantee that the subdivisions or sections are gonna be the same for everyone, but they could be the same for everyone, so every single pile. For the pile selections, we have pile number 1 with a gray mouse or knitted mouse with a pink ribbon, pile number 2 with metal box, and pile number 3 with a wooden frog. If you don't agree with something from the reading, that's okay. Take whatever resonates for you. Wanted to just address something that's about the style in which I read. Many of you perhaps heard that I'm using the third person perspective in the readings. I do that because it feels somehow much more natural to me, and it helps me zoom out of the perspective, or because I'm reading to a group of people and not to you personally, it feels like it's much more fitting. I've had some sort of comments. It felt strange. It was something about prying, or I don't know. The notion was so foreign to me that I was actually very confused. Had to look up the word and even ask ChatGPT about it. If the reading feels uncomfortable, I'm sorry, but my intentions for the readings are pure. I'm just gonna say that and leave it to it, like leave the rest to that statement. I do not have any other intentions. I literally do not like going into details or delving into too deep or personal details or aspects of people for the sake of curiosity. It feels preposterous to just go for curiosity's sake in that kind of thing. I can only, and I know sometimes I read people and they could feel transparent without the cards. But I will do my best to read that in that way when I know that it's for the best of interest of the person. And if they have to benefit out of it, and if they are overwhelmed, then that's no good, and I don't go there. But whatever prying or looking or peeping into your life means, that's not me. I don't know. I'm not interested in that. This is boring. I have bills to pay. I have a life to live. And the only thing I'm concerned with is the well-being of my people, and to which extent I can actually channel the information and energy towards achieving that. This is my goal. I'm not interested in looking into details about your life. I have infinite details about my life, and they're so entertaining it's actually annoying. So, if my reading feels like I'm exposing elements from your life, I'm not, or I'm not doing that for the sake of prying, whatever that means. And if it feels uncomfortable, I'm so sorry. This is not my intention. This is not something I want to do. And why am I actually addressing this? Because I was actually genuinely thinking about changing the style in which I read. But then again, I backed up because I understood, because that's not the very loving thing, the most loving thing to do from my side towards myself, because already the emotional and mental demand of the readings is so high. Adding on top of things the element of first, third perspective, whatever the case, conspiracy there may be, this would feel cruel. And under different circumstances, if it would be easier, I perhaps would switch, but for now I think the most loving thing to do is just to notify you that I'm not prying into your life, and I've never had that intention, and that I will most likely continue with the perspective of the third person. And if I feel like it's gonna be natural or the reading calls for it, I will address it from the first perspective. And if it makes you feel more comfortable. But again, I don't want to add up. I don't want to add more strain to how things are already going, because with the plans already in here in the reading, we have plans in general, which is demanding, but grandiose plans, then kind positive plans, then unexpected shocking plans, and all of this with different decks is just a lot to deal with. And I want to keep the process enjoyable for me as well, so I can keep up with the posting schedule, and so I can keep up evolving in the best way possible and bringing you the best results out of it. So yeah, I hope you understand. Anyway, I think that's about it. I just wanted to thank all the people who are supporting me and allowing this whole journey to be a reflection of sorts, because sometimes reading to the collective feels really lonely because I lack the mirroring part. Perhaps having the mirroring would make much more sense, or would give much more fluidity to the reading, or flexibility, or at least I would feel like I'm a sane person. I'm not talking to myself. But anyways, the result is really worth it, seeing the positive comments and seeing the unexpected things that I see in the comment section. So thank you so much for your support in all the ways and forms in which you provided to me and to my channel and overall to my work. So yeah, I think that's about it. The next part will involve just reading the pile number 1, 2, and 3. So yeah, see you there. Okay, pile number 1, you chose the mouse, the knitted mouse. We are currently undergoing constructions, and if you hear things in the background, I'm not building stuff, I'm doing the reading, just in case. But I just wanted to say that for pile number 1, for some reason, when it comes to plans, this is not very it feels neither bad or good, but it feels quite intense. On top of things, it feels like it's really, let's just say, with the tower and major arcana surrounding it, it's very deep plans and very core. It's almost like these are not very shallow plans. And by the way, this is only the beginning, but what feels strange is the plans of people are not shallow, not very light. They are not plans where the person thinks about meeting you or something. This is much more future oriented. It feels like things are building up for this pile. It feels like things are boiling, or they are reaching a point of fruition in their plans or in their idea of what kind of plans they have for you. We have in here this tower card, which is gonna be the introductory energy for this pile. And what I want to say, this tower feels really dreamy and very beautiful, and from this deck it's not destroyed. So I immediately, right off the bat, felt like this pile is about you are going to be met with a lot of people who are trying to build something foundational, and it could be that either you or the circumstances will perceive the situation to be risky or not as, let's just say, serious. Or yeah, it could be the fact that people have plans on you, but maybe you don't have as that, not your plans could not necessarily match, or you don't have such faith in the same vision that they impose upon you. This could be literally anything, but I just want to say, when I say anything, this could be work related, this could be relatives, this could be partner in this case. But the plans are not light in here. With the sun again, it's the sun in reverse. So it's like, it does make me feel like we're talking about some sort of binding, like binding you to something, to a structure. And also because we have in here death, it's like heavy involvement of yours into something. Anyway, with this tower, things feel, I even wrote in here homecoming. So some people want to make you a part of their homecoming, or they wanna like include you in some sort of notion of like home, or um, like almost like a place they visit quite often. Um, this could also mean that the intentions of people are like almost like terraforming, or I don't know, like very like, let's sculpt, let's build, let's reinvent, or really like change you so that you can fit, you know? That's kind of weird, but again, these are not like superficial plans. If anything, this feels really heavy, but it feels heavy because it's dense, not because it's necessarily bad. What seems to be interesting in here is the fact that while the changes or the plans in here are directed at you, at your identity, at your presence, uh, it feels to me distinctly with the sun in reverse that either you are not quite happy about this, or it's not gonna be about you, but it will be in your favor. So this is literally like, okay, I'm gonna just say it. This feels like it's the case when a higher up wants to promote a person. In your case, this doesn't have to be work related if it doesn't resonate with you, but it feels to me like people are wanting to fill some gaps, where they want to create something that would be kind of in your favor, but again, it doesn't feel like as much in alignment with you as I would like it to be. And thus we have all of these, like, almost as if they're trying to fit you into this tower card, in the idea that this tower is not gonna be destroyed or changed. So whereas in your case it could be that you are much more than that, or literally it can also be the case that you see yourself as much more, or um, sooner or later outgrowing the system. Okay, that's how I can see it. Something about their plans is highly constructive and evolutionary, but how can it be that they do not fully fit your personality? In the plans, also, I felt from the description of this card, the imagery, that there is a lot of activity. There is like, when it comes to asking whether you have people like crafting and creating plans on you, it feels like they are, first of all, a lot of plans, and they feel very dense. So it's as if it's inviting you to be a part of a key, let's just say, key figure of an activity, or a key figure in a situation, project, whatever the case may be. Um, because this is the tower and we also have the death, it also made me feel as if this is the story where, yeah, this is definitely change and destruction. Destruction of the old, or almost as if we have in here the tuning, the tuning of you for something, for the sake of something, for a plan, for a key project thing. Um, it feels like this is marginally, like almost like scandalous, because it it just makes me feel like this pile is not gonna be like, you're going to profit off of this hugely, but eventually like you will either drift off, or you will actually understand that you are much more, or something genuinely feels in this pile like you will outgrow the situations in which you are going to be deliberately made to fit in, or where they try to make you fit in. But eventually, like, this all like stems from the idea of yeah, this is gonna be in your favor. Whatever the case may be, this is in your favor. Um, Definitely we have intense plans, like very core foundational evolutionary plans on you. There was also a message in here to build something in here against the odds, to build something that involves you against the odds, whatever this the case may be. I also felt like this pile is very uniquely seen as like a rare like gem or a rare person, and also quite the gem. Actually, the gem analogy is very good. It makes me feel like you are in this like natural unpolished state, and people want to polish you. So but this polishing thing, it really depends on the perspective, but I don't see it. Again, how the storyline goes in here, or the narrative, it's as if I would want you to remain in this like free natural state, and not to be like messed with, or like shaped, or made to fit in, so to speak. That's how it feels to me. Like, I don't want this pile to go through, like, I don't want you to go through this, because genuinely it feels like that would almost like limit your value, okay? If this is a partner thing, this could be involvement with rules or things such as, like, how you should or shouldn't behave, or almost like a script. The possibility in here is like the probability of you outgrowing the rules and establishing better ones is really high. So if I were to really speak to the party in here, I would say that you have the keys, or you have like pile number one has the keys for success, for succeeding. um, I would say that to the person who's trying to impose rules upon you. But in general, it makes me feel like, also because we have this dreamy, beautiful thing I wrote in here as notion, um, the intentions behind things and trying to make you fit in are positive, even if they're a bit, the plans are a bit, let's just say, invasive. It's almost as if you would, I don't know. This genuinely reminds me of the situation when we extract flavors, sugar, and whatever else from plants or from fruits, and then we have them, or we have the synthetic form of them, not the natural one. So it's like, we have the original, which is you, and then we have this attempt to synthesize. I don't know if this is the right way to say it, but it's like a substitute, or to dissect the qualities of yours, and to make you almost like fit into a notion, a formula, a predefined thing. And that's perhaps why it's so annoying, or it's so like constricting for me, because I can see it as not being bad, but it's, again, we have the tower. So this is kind of suspicious, because the tower is again about false foundations, or it can be about something that's overlooking your value, power, that should actually be listening to you. Anyway, the tower in here, because from this deck it's not being destroyed to ashes, it's a kind of a very good intention, or people's intentions could be very good, but they are a bit not quite so attuned to who you are, and therefore they could benefit from a bit of like more attention to you, or more, yeah, literally just attunement. I think that's the proper, like, listening, understanding, and being present with you. Now, the next part of this reading, this is gonna be a division or thing chapter. This one will talk about the, let's just say, grandiose. I chose this, grandiose plans on you, people's grandiose plans on you. We have in here Three of Swords, alongside with Ten of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Something again that's stemming from the very first message. It's as if we have this very like fitting you into a mold. I just, in the context of this Three of Swords, it genuinely makes me feel like there is one person, or it could be people, they want you to be theirs despite everything, no matter the if it's written in the stars or not. This is like, if this is a partner, this is someone who decided that you're going to be theirs, and this is marriage, because Ten of Pentacles. If this is not partner related, if you're not looking into that kind of information, well, for sure I can tell you, this is a person or a group in here who thinks about establishing a structure, a norm, something that cannot be shaked, like something that cannot be changed, moved. It feels like it's ultimately like with good intention, but in grandiose plans it's generally limiting, like very limiting to you for some reason. I don't know what this is about. You should know what's this about. It's as if like the person decided like you're not going to go anywhere, or you're not gonna like, you thought you're gonna do that, or you thought that you could simply drift away. No, you're not gonna do that, and I will convince you, and I will positively convince you with the Ten of Pentacles, either with wealth, money, stability. Even if you like resist, even if you want this or you don't want this, like with the Three of Swords, it's like, I don't care about the feelings, I will just convince you. And with the convincing in here is not gonna happen on like a verbal level. It could be about offering something. This could be, if this partner energy information, this is generally going to be a message of they will offer you something that's generally gonna be very tempting, almost like very, it's gonna be hard for you to refuse that offer. Or it's as if this is like on a bigger spectrum, this is gonna be the case where people are going to start offering the best they have for you, so as for you to not reject or to not refuse them, and basically choose them against the odds. Okay, with the Wheel of Fortune, it's as if the people really have no regard for your free will, or they think about the ways in which they could actually like bargain their way into your heart. Okay, what's funny in here, because the sun element in reverse being here with this representation, it feels like you are ultimately free to do whatever it is that you want. In the person's mind or in the people's mind, their plans are, quite funny from this perspective. Why? Because look, they could do anything they want, anything you want, but it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work because you are going to sooner or later gain your freedom by expressing yourself, and this is not gonna be the story when you're just going to comply. Sooner or later, this will all fail. But grandiose plans in here are generally about making you fit something. Okay, kind of strange, but okay. Uh, kind, not unexpected. This is for later. Positive and kind plans on you. Seven of Cups. Okay, what else? The Six of Cups, and also the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So first of all, because we have in here the Six of Cups in reverse, this feels to me like this is the story when a person decided to be friends with you, or decided to love you deeply more than friends, or this is about like not even like close friends but best friends. And this, because this is a people type of reading, it could be that you are attracting, or you're gonna be attracting a lot of people who are going to be trusting you with their life. That's the Six of Cups in reverse. Now, it could be interpreted in a different key, but because we have in here the question of the positive plans and intentions, this is like, I planned to place that person in the middle of my life. I don't know, this is kind of how it feels. It feels like you are being the center of attention. For some reason, it could be that you are chosen in the positive plans. With plans in general, in that kind of like on that kind of spectrum, it feels to me like, people just really want to be in your presence, and that's kind of the deal, okay? It feels like, there is a desire for closeness, for connection in here with this card as well. But also it's a very strange detachment, and here I can sense from the Four of Pentacles, it's as if people don't want to necessarily they don't want you to know how much they actually care for you. This could be actually with hot and cold and mixed messages as well. But generally with the Four of Pentacles, it's almost like a fear. It's like a very double-sided thing, where both they feel this sincere connection to you, but they back away for some reason because they are afraid that you are going to know how much you mean to them. And with the Seven of Cups in here, this is not hesitation, by the way. This is not like with positive intentions. This will play itself out as literally situations where people are generally wanting to connect to you, and they have chosen you, but they will not hesitate, okay? This is like deliberate withholding, or this is a deliberate like play, because again, I would say there is a difference between withholding like love or attention or whatever, and um, playing with it. It's like there is a different game in here, like when the hesitation is emotionally driven, and when it's actually like made because of the, oh my god, this construction thing is so annoying, it's just distracting, I can't. So I want to say this is not because emotionally the person is not ready or the people are not ready, but because they are actually doing this consciously or on purpose. That's how I can place it. It's I want them to be mine type of energy. I want this person to be on my side. From the positive intentions or plans in here, this is very 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 good actually. I don't sense a story or a situation where it would be actually playing like against you. This is just like the only issue in this context for this question would be the fact that it could be a bit strange or distant or unclear. That's all I can say. It's like, it's very complicated. It's as if the person is actually, they are warm towards you. They want something, they want to open up, but they're like hesitant again, but a bit kind of conscious. So it's not as if you would encounter people being emotional. You'll just encounter people who are being cold on purpose because they don't want you to show, they don't want you to know like their cards with what they play and how much they care. So that's gonna be the message in here for that. Okay, and the last part for this one, this is gonna talk about the unexpected plans or shocking plans. Seven of Swords. So this is definitely, and Two of Swords and Five of Wands in reverse. This is definitely gonna talk about some sort of controversy. What's strange about this category? It's because we have the Seven of Swords. I don't want you to feel almost like relaxed with this type of energy, but I want you to listen and just be open to what I'm about to say. This person or this situation that's trying to make you fit, it feels like it's a villain in this story for some reason. It feels like it's about, with the Seven of Swords, somebody trying to outsmart or create a situation where they are above the game. Seemingly with shocking and unexpected plans in here, having this card signifies a person who's trying to reach out for control. Could be using deceit, secrets, or trying to be ahead of the game or clutching control, in this case to their advantage and to your disadvantage. However, for some reason it does make me feel like the person has ultimately some kind of very good intentions for you in the long run. So don't be surprised if you have some person in here, party in here, who seemingly feels like they are negative or who may come across as insecure or vulnerable and therefore trying to reach like clutch control in this case with the Seven of Swords. Five of Wands in reverse, not showing their full on fights, and with Two of Pentacles like hiding or withholding a lot of information. Now this is gonna be selective information. That means it doesn't have to apply to absolutely everyone. But hear me out, it generally just makes me feel like this is a person who thinks that they should control everything, even you, but also because they love you. Okay, that's kind of strange. Okay, I usually don't like saying that because generally it makes me feel like that kind of energy would make me encourage pile one, in your case you, to basically simply not engage. I would say the best possible scenario in your case would be to simply distance yourself from all this like strange games or trying to make you fit in, but just be available, just be available for when the actual like glow up of yours is gonna happen with the sun and everything is gonna be transformed. Because I don't feel like this is gonna be a message where I say just cut it off. I usually do that. I would encourage you to do that, but in this case it's just like, you know, just wait for it, or wait for you to fully step into your power, or wait for you to just like prove everyone wrong and basically outgrow the pattern and still seize your chance and take whatever is best out of this situation. Because cutting off all of this feels like it's gonna be a waste of resource. So generally just go for whatever you feel like is right. But with the sun in here in reverse, it's like this whole era or this whole message is about a period of time in which you don't shine as much because either you are in hibernation, or because you don't choose it to be your era or something. But just wait for it, because it feels like you are going to outgrow this whole thing, and there is like immense progress that's generally gonna just simply bring everything to your like every circumstance and limiting thing that's being imposed upon you is gonna be ultimately be brought to your feet. Like that's how it feels to me. And for now I just want you to encourage yourself to listen to your inner cycles and how things are generally going. And I would say they will go in your favor regardless of whether people will try to conspire against you or will try to plan something ahead. Because for now, the general image of what people think about you, it's coming through as something that can be like you can be monitored and therefore controlled. I don't feel like this is true. I would say that this could be an illusion that's being cast, or that's very empowering from their side, but I do not feel like this is true, or this is something that's ultimately the actual reality that you're living. And yeah, it's like, you know, you're being given the time to actually observe. Okay, with the sun in here, I just want to give you like some sort of a hint. This whole thing involves you stepping into your full-blown power, undeniable as the sun, or a situation where basically you're going to outshine everything, you know. If this is a work, I will just give you a hint about it being a work circumstance. This is the story when a person is not promoted, or they were promoted but not even about not being promoted, because literally I see in here something being built or something being deliberately given to you so that you can guide it. But it's gonna be the case, no, I understand this is a very good position, I understand that this is a promotion, or this is something with the Ten of Pentacles that's very good. I understand that people want love me and whatever, but I also understand that I want something more, or I just simply want to shine, or I just want my work to be about what I do and not what I do to you. But like almost like we have a situation where you don't want a promotion, you want to be the boss, you want to be the person, you want to be the leader, and this is no longer satisfactory, okay, to your level. So that's about it, pile number 1. I hope it resonated with you. If it did, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm, as usual, your favorite tarot reader. And if you want to donate, you can definitely do that. The link is going to be in the comment section or the description section along the timestamps. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to hear from you in the future readings. Take care. Now, moving on to pile number 2. If you hear noises in the background this time, it's not constructions. It's my lovely cat. This is a wild animal. I have no words, but if you hear mischief again, that's not me. I'm doing the reading. It's the cat. Okay, now that I've got this sorted out, it was very important to point out anyway. Tell me what is going on with the first card in here. Tell me. We have the 4 of Cups. I was like, how am I supposed to read this? Like, it's the card of like depression and refusal, and like what am I supposed to do with that? Okay, how I see this, obviously, because I'm not reading negative stuff, I see it in the following way. This is a split thing, meaning that, you know how when a person behaves strangely, you kind of get the feeling that they have something going for you, and when they behave indifferent and they don't care, they are not as interested in showing off or not as interested in giving off a certain impression. Well, that's exactly the case. What do I mean by that? It makes me feel like someone in here is playing off, or people are playing off unbothered, or they are playing off as really unclear. What seems to be the story in here is the fact that we do have plans in here, but a lot of them, similarly to what I was picking up in the past, is linked to the idea that they cannot act on it. Because we have choice, refusal, depression, tiredness, apathy, standstill. All of this makes me think that people play roles, or they have a pre-established role in their grand scheme, society, job, whatever this is. And to me, it's just the person is not able to awaken out of it because it feels like they don't know where to start, or it could be a whole lot of confusion and freeze. That's why I wrote in here functional freeze. So this is exactly the case where the person behaves strangely, or people could behave strangely, and this is all stemming from the idea that they have feelings, or because they have some sort of like tabs on you. This is interesting because I love how convoluted this is, okay? You know, I've seen this pattern perhaps like in avoidance, and it's like when the avoidant loves and they back away. Now that's exactly what's happening in here. So this is not like the type of indifference where the person is careless. No, this is like the freeze, okay? This is like the freezing moment. The person, or the people in general in this case, behave in a very strange way. Plans, okay? Let's not drift off into oblivion, but I don't see a direct plan I see a very strange mix of stuff that's like, let me put this on hold. So let's just stop a bit, okay? That moment when you meet something, you encounter something, and it's like so chaotic, like you're so chaotic or confused that you don't understand what's going on. You're like not clear about this. I hope you get what I'm saying. But it's like this moment when you can feel a spark, or you can feel the ignition. That's exactly how this feels. Only that the person is feeling like you caught them in a state of depletion, or you catch people in depletion mode, that kind of stuff, So really, it's with the unarmed, I hope this word exists, not me literally trying to translate it from Romanian and Russian, but you could say, or your first impression about this pile's like people's impressions of you could come off as like none or indifferent. No, it's not the case. This is not the case. Why this is not the case? Because we have the reading, and if there is a reading on this, it means that there are plans. That's the rule of thumb. And it makes me feel like you catch people in some sort of state of like, I don't want to be mean right now, but like it's not good. Like they are not the best selves, so to speak. So it's like, why does this feel like you catch people in their like trash state? Like that's how it feels. I'm sorry, I'm not. Well, anyway, I was very panicked by this card, and now it all makes sense because okay. But yeah, it's like very stuck. It's very like psychologically overloaded, burdened, standstill, emotional numbness, avoidance, and feeling misunderstood, This is just annoying, okay? I just wanna say, it's, okay, calm down. This is the case where the plans in here are very strangely deep, but like the radar doesn't register them. Like they are like, I have to play super detective in this case to just like, look, it's here, it's the plan. It is the case, but it's like, why are these people like in this state of they're sleeping? Like that's how it feels. Like they're dormant. Wake up. Like that's the first thing that I want to say to them, not to you. I feel like you are the awakened baddest alive. Like that's how it feels, because it takes you to just like, only it takes for you to just show up, and your energy ignites all of this stuff in people, and similarly to the stuff I was talking about in the past, how you can make people spark their will to change. It's like, this is the classical meme, okay? This is the classical meme of that friend who takes you out of like staying at home, of this state of like staying at home and not doing stuff, not going out. And it's like, there is like one, the meme is like basically with a very like good looking person, and the other one is like looking like they went through a breakdown. Like that's literally the case. You're like this like very good looking person who's dragging people out of their stuff, okay? Too much swearing, but I'm not gonna edit this, so I will just say stuff. So when you hear stuff, you can get what I mean. Okay. Anyway, I was seeing some flickering stuff there also in the background with red, and it made me feel like there is urgent. Can you imagine this? It's actually urgency in here. So can you actually imagine this? How can we have this stuff at the beginning and then the urgency with the red? It's like, just pick your fighter. Like, could you please just do that? Like, just make up your mind already. Like, are you are you frozen or are you defrosted? Like that's the question. Like, that's the question that really wants to show up and just ask these people. I want to say the plants in here are, again, very deep but frozen. So it's like, let's wait for the defrosting thing. I'm not gonna wait, by the way. Like, I don't know if you're gonna. I'm not gonna wait. I'm not gonna wait anything for stuff. Like, I'm not waiting for anything. I want it now. Like, that's perhaps that's your energy. By the way, I'm sorry if you're with headphones. Sorry for your ears. Holding close and not wanting to let go. Yeah, that's exactly it's as if the plans are there, but I don't want to let go. I don't want to let go of that person. I need time. I have no words. This is so annoying, but okay. Okay, it's just a reading. Slowly, sneakily coming close or getting you attached to them. So it's like we have this game of Thrones, I want to say. No, I just want to say it's as if we have the situation where the person is actually wanting to buy time with people. We're reading for people in here, okay? We're reading people's plans, okay? Let's concentrate. So, I just want to say, this feels like, let's get them hooked, attached, so that I can have enough time, so I can buy enough time to make them mine. So that's the don't place timestamps with the emotional breakdowns and peaks that I have in the reading. Please do that. Whatever. The point is that people wanna buy time and manipulate with some hooking circumstances, manipulations, so that you're gonna wait for them. Yeah, you're not gonna wait for anything. I feel like you are very bright, very the image that comes to mind, it's when you ignite gasoline. That's how your energy feels. And not my fault that these people can't understand it, okay? But there is this feeling of wanting to attach to you, but it's as if it's switched, okay? It's they want to do that, easily addictive energy wise. Gasoline on fire and freezing. I hope I'm not getting I'm not losing my mind, but it's these two are completely opposite things. So it's very hard for people to place themselves mentally where they are there and you're here and it's very far, but they want to be with you, and it's again, pick your fighter, decide. That's my message for the people, not for you, for them, because it feels for some reason you are stepping in life with swift moving royal / bad type of energy. I mean bad in a good way. But it's I don't have time. I don't have time for this. That's how the pile number to you are feeling. And let that meat product defrost, okay? But you're not gonna wait for it. You got the feeling, like you got the idea. We're not waiting for chicken to defrost. We're going for, like, we're going at a restaurant, like we're eating there. Like we're not gonna wait for this to change its mind and defrost. We're not doing that, okay? There was a strange thing in here with the assimilation thing. I was picking that up, like trying to assimilate you. You know, it would make sense that, like, nutrients and stuff like that is like assimilated in the body, but that's not gonna happen with, like, you're too explosive, like, in the best of ways, and I don't feel like we again have time to actually sit and look at this whole wonderful thing story that they are gonna, like, try to do. I would say that you are just generally a person who's not gonna just sit there and accept BS or accept something that's not very good for you, and you're just gonna wait for it, or you're just gonna be assimilated, whatever. No, 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 no. You're not that type of person. And it's as if we have the other people in the various defrosting stages wanting you to play along and play by their rules, okay? No, okay, I just wanted, no, I'm not gonna go there, okay? I don't wanna be mean, or I don't even wanna edit this afterwards, so, but you can get the general idea, no? Like, this pile is way too important. uh, Again, you are too important to wait around, okay? Like, that's the who's the actual, like, main hero of this story? You are, not the other person, not the whole freezing whatever thing, okay? I love it that we have in here this popular, like, looking at you as almost celebrity. It feels like there is popularity, reputation, or some sort of, like, strangely, this is like, okay, I'm gonna say it. It feels like it's a dangerous type of attention that's coming from you. It's as if people are afraid to look at you. With plans, it's like to understand you better, to take part in this energy, but from the exterior, and to again slowly assimilate you. Strangely, in all of this, there are some sparks of wanting to positively shelter and protect you. Why I said positive, I have no idea. But it's, you can't really call all of this stuff bad with the freezing thing, but because it carries this, like, good intention towards you, but, like, the quality of this, no, not gonna go there, not gonna go for it. We do have positive intentions, we do have people wanting to take it slow and have a relationship with you, like, get to know you better, but on their own terms. That's not interesting. That's not interesting for me, and I don't think it's interesting for you. Maybe if you're like a more, let's just say, slow-paced, explorative, exploration, Dora the Explorer type of energy, well, that's okay. That's okay. But it feels like you're wild. Like, I don't know. You feel very radiant. You feel very bad type of energy. It's very constrictive. Like, it's not interesting. Yeah, like, you're meant to live a much more interesting life. You're not meant to simply abide by some stupid rules. You are here to make your own rules. That's how I see it, okay? And I just want to say, all this control tactic that's happening in the background, it's almost like a begging for you strategy. I wrote this down, yes I did. And seizing control because of how much they feel. Now, this will play itself out obviously with 1, 2, 3 people. As I said, like, this could be a group, this could be whatever. This feels like it's about like people who linger, people who get attached to you. But don't be mistaken that, because there is a possibility in here, people thinking that, this is not like, this not interesting, like, this is not like, I'm not that interesting, maybe people don't care, they don't show anything. Well, exactly the MF reaction I got from the very beginning, and I bought it. Like, I got played. I played myself. Like, I really did, because I saw this 4 of Cups and I was like, refusal, no. What am I gonna say? What do I do now? No. It's gonna work. It's gonna work out. This freeze thing, chicken in the freezer, is happening because people feel real. People feel real things. And it's too real. It's too good, and it's just like flying off the radar. It's just like, I'm not ready for this, Who cares? I don't care. Like, I just want to say, don't buy that stuff. Like, don't buy this ignorance and silence and just like shine, okay? Because I saw the star energy in here. It's like, it's just bad energy, bad kind of good, energy. But go shine, okay? Don't wait for this stuff to blossom. Who cares anyway? Like, who cares when this stuff bears fruit? Because you don't have time for this, okay? You got too many important things to handle anyway. I just want to say, because we had some subdivisions and I forgot about them, so sorry about this, but the message was too important. I have some, like, the category was very, like, splendid, like, just saying, it's just splendid, it's grandiose plans. I have no idea what, like, went through my mind when I chose this, but it's a good one because it's gonna be at least entertaining. There is this feeling of like Knight of Pentacles in here I was speaking upon, so it's like long-term thing, and long-term plans, okay, whatever, and a lot of like admiration and settling the nervous system, like we're like psychology and like talking as if we're in rehab. By the way, I'm addressing the people, not you, but I just want to say, it's like, and y'all, literally, if anyone is ever gonna ask me in the comment section if I'm alright, I'm blocking you, okay? Because I was like, for one time in my life, I tried to be funny and outgoing, and a lot of people started commenting if I'm alright. I'm alright. Definitely I'm not alright after the comments like this, but I'm alright for now. I've meditated, I've recuperated, and I'm alright now. Am I offended? Yes. I'm alright, okay? But, and I'm not tweaking, okay? Just kidding, I'm not upset. Not upset at all, okay? Anyway, I just want to say the grandiose plans are very gentle, are very good, are very but they are very possessive, okay? Good luck with that. Good luck to the people. They think they can claim you. That's just insane. Good luck with that. Good luck with claiming, because pile number 2, I mean you, are gonna claim the stuff out of them before they do. Okay, let's just not pretend that this is not gonna happen. I just want to say the grandiose plans in here is to include you in a family type of setup, as well as to include you in some sort of long-term, expansive plan thingy stuff thing. No, actually, cut out the stuff thing because it's not relevant. But it's the case when I also say it's very long-term, serious, commitment, whatever. Yeah. But all of this seems to be in their imagination, or it's as if they're very scared of asking you out or asking about your permission. Or really thinking about, this all good and stuff, but like how will I, like where will, like how will this unfold if I'm gonna actually go ahead and do that and ask them and stuff? No, I don't know. Try it. We'll see how you react, how pile number 2 reacts to this. Yeah. But it feels like they're walking on thin ice, okay? Thin edge, thin ice, same thing. Don't argue it's not. At least in my reality it is. Yeah, in the grandiose plans there is a desire to claim you. There is a desire to make you theirs. There is a desire to almost like hug or encompass you in their life. There is a desire to like really like get to know you and to tame your energy. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. As if you're gonna ever be tamed. Let's be honest. This is not gonna happen. Not on my watch. Not in my readings. Okay? You are not gonna be tamed by stuff. Okay? Not on my channel. Okay? I just love people's imagination. It's just wild, okay? Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Their imagination is wild. It's at least it's entertaining, I can say. Not like the bots commenting on my channel stuff about manifestation and living the best life whatsoever. Not about manifestation. I don't want to talk about this. But the bots are just awful. Lack of imagination. We're living in the age of AI. You could have at least made a prompt, make this stuff entertaining to the viewer so they're at least compelled to click on it. No, I get boring comments about read some Eva Watson whatever book. Okay, I'm gonna report this. You know what? I think this is all, even though, it's not. I know I didn't cover the actual subdivisions, all of them, as I did with pile number 1. Okay, I couldn't find the paper. I'm so sorry. But I just want to say, you got everything, or you got the most important tea out of this, so I think that you should be satisfied with it. And on top of things, to excuse myself out of this awful situation, I just want to say that you're simply transcending the actual subdivisions for this pile, and it's true. It's absolutely true. And I think that's just pretty much it. The things I said were pretty dense already, so we're also past the actual time limit anyway. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want, you can donate to my lovely channel and cause, the noblest cause of all. That's gonna be about me and my readings. And if you want to help humanity, and if you want to help me help humanity, you can definitely go ahead and just donate and do all the things that I said in seconds ago. Okay, and thank you so much for watching. I hope to hear from you in the future readings. If you are surprised about the style in which I read right now, just be used to it, because I think this is gonna last for a very long time. And it's entertaining too, like for me at least. It's very entertaining. And I really hope it's entertaining for you. And if it's not, then not a problem. You can go, you can stay. I love you anyways. So that's kind of it. That was your favorite tarot reader, the best, most masterful tarot reader on this earth. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to hear more about you in the future. More about you. Yeah. I hope this is grammatically correct, but if not, I don't care anyway. So thank you so much for watching, and wishing you the best of luck and the best there is in this whole world, universe, and whatever else. Bye. Okay, so pile number 3. It chose the frog. This is not gonna be a bad reading, by the way. Don't be afraid. Starting off, we have in here very strange, I'm gonna call it, let's just call it masculine energy, but it doesn't have to be, because my readings are not gender specific. What I want to say immediately right off the bat, even though I know this is the topic of people's plans, there is in here a threatened authority. Most likely it's masculine, because we have in here the Emperor. Again, doesn't have to be. I just want to say this is a lot of drama in regards to holding the reins of power and authority in the link with reputation, how they're being seen. This pile, okay, you are you are holding a lot of power and authority. Seems like that is threatening to some people, because in the plan section we have this victorious person here. It almost feels, because of the lighting and all of this, it makes me feel like someone in here wants to be victorious or wants to claim all your reputation, even though, because we have the Emperor in here, it fails miserably. Like, that's exactly what you can expect if you try to mess with pile number 3, or in this case you. There is a plan in here to be victorious, to strengthen reputation. It's in regards to you, so this could be, it could go both ways. There is a sneaky desire in here to basically use you so as to be popular, or so as to try and be a step higher, or something linked to the you element. I want to make you understand how powerful this makes you, because not every person is or can be regarded as such, with such power, because of like the contrast in here. Also, yeah, it makes me feel like there are some people who try and want to partake in the reputation or in the benefit of having you around. I would say even this like movement, or there is some sort of enlightenment in here that's happening in regards to the plans for you, or it's like there are some people understanding your true value. Okay, it's all like all over the place, I know. Seems like, because we have the 6 of Wands, this is like a plan to, and because it's in regards to you, it's to make you see them or recognize them, because I even wrote in here recognition at some point. There is this overwhelming feeling of I'm not enough, or I can't hold the reins of power like they do, in your case, you. The plans in here are to seize back control or to reinstate some sort of domination, even if it fails miserably. I want to say it's as if I can filter in here some message of why do they get so much attention, or why does everybody acknowledge their status and not mine. So yeah, that's kind of it in the nutshell. But also, to clarify, it makes me feel like you leave situations being victorious. So I see praise in here, I see good reputation, I can see in here people saying positive stuff about you. It's generally also a feeling of I want to be around them. So in the plan section, starting from this one, is like it's not even a formed necessarily like a solid plan right now, but it's one to make you like why do they get so much attention? Like that's the question in here, okay? So it's like the world is painting you in very good ways, and it's showing you in very beautiful, it's describing you in very beautiful ways. And because I say paint, it's as if like the person or the people in here are trying to rationalize, understand why is it that they get so much attention. But again, the plans in here reside strongly in the idea of how do I make it so that I'm a part of this as well. It's a kind of a strange thing because like why do you get so much? Like why is this person, why are you getting so much attention, so much love, so much like forward movement, when I feel like for them it was a much more tiring or hard work in here strongly will play itself out. Kind of BS, that's, it's making me feel like you came in here and you claimed everything, and the plans in here are to overthink a way to make it happen for them as well. I do not feel like necessarily there are going to be a lot of people who will try to actually seize it from you, but the genuine praise in here is making people feel like they are not enough or they cannot live up to the expectation that they have for themselves. Yeah. You're being seen as, again, as a leader, because we have this emperor in reverse. So it's like a situation where, for example, at work there could be a higher up and you could be around and the person is feeling like they're not as good as you are. You could feel like the person is backing away or is distant or is not behaving in very like clear and normal ways, okay? Too much spotlight, a lot of like craving the recognition that you do have, and it's as if it's creating also a lot of separation. I want to say there are love messages, love languages in here in this reading because of the Two of Cups. So definitely there is going to be one particular message for a person or for a group of people. Yeah, it's basically around the message of denied love, denied admiration, because we have in here Two of Cups in reverse. So it's like, why do I feel so much for this person? And in plans it's like almost to subdue or to hide away or to constrain that love or that, okay. So yeah, the strange pause is because like my cat is sleeping and is basically dreaming something, and it's as if it's like eating something right now. Okay, that's a very valid piece of information. Anyway, that was a bit distracting. I heard in here to steal your spotlight. Still, I want to say the message kind of splits itself out in various strange forms and ways, meaning that there is a mixed I love them, I want their spotlight, I appreciate them, but I also want the spotlight and their admiration, love. Like, is the person is feeling unseen or like a ghost? You made them feel like a ghost. This is a sneaky also energy I can sense in here. It's like I want to make them friend, like I want to make them my friend, so then I can actually have access to the things that they do have access to. And I also want to know, I want to say, there's, okay, if this cat is not gonna stop, okay. Just kidding. This is so weird, I just can't. Genuinely tweaking in here. I'm not, just in case. This is a strange behavior, not from the cat, but from the person here, because it's almost like mimicry or trying to mimic something that you do have in the hopes that you are going to basically, that they're going to basically achieve that same thing. And I can sense in here an overwhelming avalanche, big avalanche that's related to the admiration in here. But all of this is being closed into or encased in a sort of a loneliness or like containment. God, I hate this thing. Okay. Where did I see the loneliness? I don't know. I wrote it down in here and it has to make sense if I did. Because whatever it is that I'm writing in here is in divine correlation with the MF reading, so I don't care. It just feels like it's containment, singularity. I just want to be alone and recognize how they are. You are a very big push, this person, to actually move their something around and actually make a change. And you are inspiring, okay? Finally, I'm igniting. I can do this. There is like this feeling of I'm much more important or wanting to be much more important, but it's also kind of strangely like enveloped in the feelings or in the admiration. Look, if this is something that you're interested in love-wise, then it's gonna be about you. If it's not gonna be about you, don't pick it up and then comment below that it's not true or that it didn't resonate. Not that you did, I didn't see a comment like this, it doesn't exist. I'm just saying, I'm just kidding. Anyway, we have in here the manliness in reverse. So I want to say, whoever like queen in here is doing that thing on purpose, the person is at a loss of confidence and self-esteem and authority when they're near you. They're feeling like they're melting like butter. Like that's, like I'm not kidding, this is what I see. It's as if the person is actually melting. This is love messages. Yeah, this is lovey-dovey messages with love. And if you're not interested, yeah, it's not gonna be the case. But it's, I wanna say, it's a person in here who's like crazy in love. Deal with it, okay? Do it. Like that's the energy. It's like the person is like losing their stuff, okay? Not gonna edit this, not gonna happen. It's a lot of time, don't wanna do this. Okay, the plans in here, the plans, okay, to remember where was I? The plans is to salvage whatever bits and fragments and breadcrumbs of confidence they have left, because they're so in love. If this is not love related, then it's not gonna be the case. Then it's gonna be the case about some people wanting to make it work so that they can actually shine like you are. That's never gonna happen. You're too radiant, okay? Not even gassing you up. It's the truth. Deal with it, okay? And if you don't see it, that's not my problem, okay? That's my reading, my rules, my channel. You can do whatever the F you want. But I just want to say, it makes me feel like you are a inspiration to the people to actually go for it and do something with their life. Like that's as straightforward as this is. And with plans, it's like, you know, at first it could be envious stuff that's gonna be ignited in them, but then they're gonna get the things moving. They're gonna get the ball rolling. Anyways, that's how I feel it. That's how it unfolds. That's how it's like, the thirst for the acknowledgement. If we had a pile there with frozen chicken defrosting situation that I actually didn't even find that funny. Anyhow, this case is gonna be about people being more or less alive and like, in various stages of advanced melting and defrosting, not like pile number 2. It's people, not pile number 2, not calling pile number 2 like that. No. But I feel like there is something moving in here. Can you actually imagine this? Yes. People feel alive and receptive to the actual influence of pile number 3. Or, if you don't like it, to the influence of you. Okay? That's the story. Deal with it. Also, I love this. I love this sentence. It's like, if anything, like that's the energy of pile number 3 to people. Like, get your stuff together. And you don't even have to say it. It's in the room. There. And people are receptive. They're not frozen like in another pile. Okay? You can go watch it if you resonate. By the way, I'm not even gonna say go watch it, okay? Because you have to. Vital messages there. Don't miss out on them. Okay, so the cat is always... again, the cat is as well giving you the approval for this. You have no choice but to actually go for it and watch pile number 2. And if you resonate with 1, and if you saw 111, or if you just saw 1 today, then you can go watch it as well. That's like your confirmation here. Straightforward from me. I give you my blessing. Okay, let's move our soul to the next category. That's gonna be the crazy plans, that the grandiose plans, let's just put it that way. What have I gotten myself into? Okay, waiting around, investment, hard work, positive investment. Again, very similar message to pile whatsoever. I said I'm not gonna give the spoilers, but it's too late. Anyway, let's salvage what's left. Okay, the grandiose plans in here are linked to the idea that they want to do something, again, similarly to another pile, long term, because we have investment in here, because I have in here a message of realignment or wanting to change themselves so that they can match your energy. This never happened to me, by the way, but I saw this. It's like when the person is in a state and they see it's a person who has some other qualities, say it charisma, whatever, and they want to cultivate that. Again, this is the energy that it feels like with grandiose plans. It's like, I want to get as close as possible to this person so that I can be like them, so that I can actually have a chance at cultivating understanding and bringing that thing to me as well. Like, I'm not a broke person, like that's how it feels. Like I want to be like them, or I want to at least like assimilate those qualities, so it will come off as investment. So it's like gonna be the case where the person wants to be close but not immediately right off the bat, because nobody wants to be desperate and show it, even though some do, and it's absolutely distasteful, but not awful. Just kidding, it's not. It's just funny, amusing, or maybe not. Who knows, really, it depends on the perspective, but truly, I don't know. It makes me feel like they want to come close, but not close enough. And with investment in here, it's like, I want to ensure that you have a very good outlook, a very good perspective on me, and I want you to love me, and I want you to cradle me, and I want you to be meeting my needs like I'm not mature. Just kidding, it can be true though. I'm not even gonna give disclaimers on that one. But it's like with grandiose plans, there is a sort of intention in here to make things work in a slow-paced manner as well. And it's gonna be with passive investments. It's not gonna be, because we have in here a child, not an adult. That's so important. Anyway, this is like, gardening, because the Seven of Pentacles shows a person who's like working hard and gets things done. I don't believe you have to work hard to get things done, but let's just pretend is the case. And I can see it as investment, only that actually in the actual Rider-Waite tarot, the person actually looked exhausted, or at least gave off a feeling. Well, in this case, the child in here looks like they didn't do a thing. Okay, so that could be all hinting to the wondrous idea that the person or the people are boring and lazy. Not me ranting in here, but anyway, you came for that. That's not my fault. Anyway, concentrate. Yes, and I even wrote it down in here. It's like childish investment. I'm not even like, I don't want to talk bad stuff about children, but in this context, it's not serious. It's not as serious. Like, it's like when you want something but you don't have the possibility to do it, or you're so let's just say you're not that creative to actually make it happen, okay? Without making it sound too offensive, but that's how it makes me feel. Like in grandiose plans, I have grandiose plans. Do I know how to make them happen? For a thing, like, no, I don't. Like, that's the energy, that's the energy of the people who have grandiose plans for you. Do we daydream all day, every day? Yes. Do we actually make tangible things happen? Nah, not gonna happen. That's how it feels. And we also have in here the lover, so this is gonna be the case where, like, love, union of souls, divine counterpart. I really hate those things. Like, when I hear them, it's making me wanna, I don't know, makes me think bad thoughts. But anyway, the fantasizing in here is just so beautiful. I will tear up a bit. And waiting on love, on you, on your feelings, on their feelings. So it's like, let's wait and see if if you are going to choose them. Not me struggling. Okay, never mind. It's part of the game. Growth of feeling. So it's like, again, let me see if this is gonna work, and just let me sit on it. Let me not do anything about it. Yeah, good. I'm not saying that people should be doing anything, but it feels like this stance in here is very lazy. It's not that active. It's not that interesting. It's boring, okay? How can it be that person is actually, like, and it's funny because with the lovers in here, the person could actually be dreaming of you. And it's so romantic, I can't. But when it comes to action in here, it's like they are wanting for your approval. They're waiting for your validation or approval. Yeah, wait for it. Yeah, it's very attractive, I'm sorry, I'm not a bad person. But this is just driving me crazy. Something came through. Yeah, something came through. A message arrived saying that some person wants to build a whole empire around you. Why around you? I don't know. Maybe because they are scared. Maybe because we have in here this Queen of Wands, which is very dominant, very strong, very Queen Fire energy, magnetic, charismatic. You just subdue that person, okay? Like, and it doesn't matter if you're a woman or not. Again, reminding you, my readings are not gender specific, but it's like something about your magnetism, about your aura, just ate away at the person's confidence. Okay, don't do that. Okay, person is scared. Do it more. Do whatever you want. Don't hurt the person. Don't hurt the baby. Okay, like, because that's how it feels. It's not like we're talking about mature people in here. Like, I don't know. The general maturity in here that's in regards to the people surrounding you is just cute. It's not mature. Maybe that has its strengths as well. Maybe yeah, let's just not expand on this, but it's not that serious. I don't like it. I just want to say, let's just let's just at least be positive and leave it at that. It's in the seed of potential, because I love to wrap everything up with this wonderful, positive, optimistic idea. It's all in the seed of potential, and I don't even know if I am saying it correctly, but who cares? You got the idea. That's the most important thing whatsoever. Anyway, let's go. Okay, like, we're past the actual timestamp thingy, time limit, but who cares? I'm having so much fun. Anyway, that's the most important bit. Kind and positive plans, finally, okay. And we got in here some stuff. I wanted to say stuff, nothing else. Harsh femininity, control, logic, rationality, dissection. For some reason, I wanna just say, some people think or see you as very like controlled, logical, and powerfully and invulnerable. I love this part. It's just so refreshing. It makes me, at least, I don't know, it makes me feel like I'm super happy when they do that kind of stuff. Yeah. That's what happens when you don't give the kids enough attention. They go about doing that kind of stuff in the background. It's just attention seeking on a whole different level. Okay. Not literally bikers also watching my videos and like, okay, I don't care. I wanna say, with kind and positive plans in here, there is a desire to soften you. There is a desire to see you vulnerable. There is a desire to see your, like, almost someone said, I don't care who that is, but said like authentic you or your soft sides. It's like a slow desire to make you blossom and fold and feel vulnerable with them. Oh no, this is again the lovey-dovey feeling messages. I love them. Okay. Withholding action and movement. Sometimes I wonder why, like, what goes through my mind when I write all of this. But it makes sense eventually. This is a very gentle message. Almost as if it makes me feel like it's the story where people want to make you open up or want to get to know the true you beyond facades or work-related stuff. I don't know, like, there is a question in my mind saying, no, you're actually authentic. Like, why would you say that? Like, why would you say that about file number 3? Not me literally arguing in here with myself, but no. I don't know. This just makes me feel like I don't know. I don't care. Some people perceive that this exact charisma and thing is like not necessarily the full truth. Maybe it's not, but I don't see it as not fully the truth. I just want to say it's making me kind of have mixed feelings, but they want to almost like fight for you or let them be strong for you. Isn't that lovely? It could be, by the way. No judgment. Anyhow, at all, no judgment. But justice. Also, very harsh cards. I don't know. It makes me feel like also the people in your life perceive you, or the plans are to soften you and also to make you like not be as strong as you. And isn't that cute? Like, that's so soft. That's so nice. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna melt away and stop the reading, but balance, order, morality, so dramatic. I just wanna say, it's like they wanna make it so or secure that you are going to be the person to not fight for this all this time, to establish rule or justice for you and to defend you or to defend your name. Very protective energy in here, okay? It's like also a kind of a desire to be proven to be strong in front of you, or for your friends to actually have the desire to step in and protect you, and not you to be the strong and powerful one all the mf time, okay? Like that's the kind positive intention to let you sit for a while and rest, because you don't have to be so strong all the mf time. Okay. And shocking, unexpected intentions or plans in here. Let's just not bring intentions in here. That's for another reading, okay? That wonderfully mixes up with exactly what I said in the very beginning. There is a shocking realization in here in regards to how they want to rebuild, change, and organize, reinvent, reorganize, revolutionize their life, because in comparison to you, there is a lot of chaos, confusion, and lack of integrity as well, because we have in here secrets from the Seven of Swords, trickery, double standards, and it's as if people can get mirrored of how it's like to be innocent and pure, because they can see that in your energy, then it makes them feel like, I want to be like this, like I'm not bad, okay? I'm not bad. I'm just in bad mood. Like that's the slogan, that's the actual thing that people tell themselves, and they want to change it. They want to be good people, okay? Like that's how it feels. There is disarray, there is confusion, there is a lot of drama on here, and what's shocking and unexpected is the mirror effect, But that's actually very natural. If you're gonna jump into mud, you can expect to be muddy and you can expect to be dirty. Like that's not advanced mathematics, and if pile number 3 came in and reminded them of that, that's not a big deal. That's life. Just get on with it, okay? Like that's how it feels. And also there is some shame in here, okay? I'm not Freud, I'm not gonna do introspection in here too much, even though I love it, but there is a lot of shame, there is a lot of self-limiting and self-deprecating thoughts, which are actually shocking. They're shaking the foundations of reality in this case, because it's making people feel like they are not enough in comparison to you. And with plans in here, it's like, what they do to change. So it's like, the basic example is like, when you see a person who's much richer and you're like actually inspired, let's do let's make the money, let's do the same thing, or let's try to make the same amount of money and more. Like that's exactly how it feels. But it's also a story where it repeats, and I love it so much. It feels so innovative, but it's like the price to pay for the shocking thing in here is like, maybe I should be good, maybe I should be having the level of integrity that you have, the pile number 3 has, okay? Because look how great life is, look how warm, look how good, look how wonderful this looks, okay? Oh, I bookmarked the audio. Useless. I just want to say it's like a lot of conflicting self-talk, people not liking who they've become, and I love it, I love this type of, another bookmark. No, I love this type of behavior, because it's making people awaken and understand that you have to be a decent human being, okay? So anyway, I think that's pretty much it. You are calling people to light. especially with the shocking and unexpected plans in here. And it's like more about them with their plans and their like illnesses and stuff like that. Not as much about you, but anyway, this reading came to you like an angel to remind you that you are inspiring and you're making people move themselves across the universe and actually get things done. That's a compliment, by the way. Thank you so much for watching. I bookmarked it again. This thing, I didn't know why I did it. Before I spiral, I just want to say I love this message. I hope I'm not crazy. I hope you love this energy. This is the best energy I can be in, and this is the best I can give you. Not really, but it's like I love this type of reading style. It's very entertaining. I love that I can bring another bookmark. What's going on? I love that I can do that kind of style of reading. It feels very really freeing, and I love it when people appreciate it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video to all of your relatives whatsoever, your friends, your ex-friends, your exes. Do whatever the F you want, but share. Just share. No, I'm just kidding. You just have to do whatever you want. This is your life. If you want to donate to my crazy, lovely, inspirational, and one and only intention to save humanity from boredom and stress and remind them of their primordial beauty from the inside, then donate right now. The link is gonna be in the comment section and the description section. The universe is waiting. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to hear from you in the future, and I hope you don't unsubscribe, because if you do, I'm gonna cry about it. Comment below how this resonated. I'm so curious. I literally just can't even sleep right now. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself, and I hope to hear from you in the future readings. Bye.